Hello, this is Jason, back with another walk and talk. And it's pretty nice out for a day for walking. 67 degrees. And it is kind of cloudy. Not the most beautiful day, but it does feel nice. I would rather walk in a day like this where it is cloudy than have the sun beating down on you, that wretched ball of fire in the sky. So I was thinking today about just the purpose of life. And I guess that's something different for everyone. Some people's purpose are their children or their husband or wife, their marriage. And I was trying to think what my purpose is, what drives me, why, what motivates me to get up in the morning. And I think it's just exploring the world and learning all there is to know about this universe. So just exploring the world, or the possibility of exploring the world, is what's been motivating me for the last few years anyway. It used to be, I'd say my job used to be my motivation, my purpose, reason I get up. Wanting to learn all there is to know about computers and Microsoft software. But that purpose has long faded for me. Yeah, so I think that's my purpose, is exploring the world, being the eyes of the universe. There's so many beautiful places, beautiful things to see, and my purpose is definitely not sitting at home working on a computer for 40 hours a week. There was I don't know what it was, Instagram or some on Twitter, but it showed it was basically like the story of what it's like to be a working class individual in today's society. It showed a kid, coming out of college. He's got his cap and gown on, and a guy comes up to you and says, "I'll give you $50 if you stand right here." and so he's like, "Okay, I'll do it." So he's just standing in this, square, and his friends come up, they're skateboarding, "Come on, man, we're gonna go skate." And he's like, "No, I'm working. I'm working for a living now." And he's just standing in the square. And then the guy comes up to him and is like, "Oh, hey, good job here. You've done such a great job for me. I would like to promote you." And he takes him to a bigger square to stand in. He's like, "Oh man, I can see the bridge from here. Thanks." And then it shows him pan up And he's like old and gray, coming to the end of his life. And he's like, here's $2,000. He started off getting $50 to stand in the square and not be able to go anywhere or do anything, go have fun. And now he's old and gray. Now he's getting $2,000 to stand in the square and not go anywhere or do anything, enjoy life. He's like, thanks. You were a hard worker for me your whole life. And then, it's just it kind of sums it up. You're sitting around letting life pass you by, and working for the man by standing in one spot and not going out to explore the world. And you really don't need, it's really the materialistic things of the world is why you need to do it. Like, I understand if you get a wife and kids and you have to support them, that's a whole nother level of responsibility. But I mean, if you're a single individual, really, you're working for materialistic things. Car, you want a nice fancy car, you want a big house. Like, even my house, I live in a 3-bedroom house. It's like 1,900 square feet. I don't use 2 of the bedrooms. I don't use the living room. I don't use the dining room. It's like a bunch of wasted space. I've got it paid off, but that was what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to go work, get money to buy a big house and then I have to pay like $6,500 a year in property taxes, so I don't even own it. I paid it off, and I still have to pay $6,500 a year just to stay in something that I paid for in full. And then on top of that, I got to pay another $3,000 a year for insurance in case this thing that I paid off goes up in flames somehow. Or I did have hail damage. I had to replace the roof. So, it's just a money trap. And you really don't need it. I know I don't. I'm trying to become more minimalistic and let go of materialistic things. I mean, Buddhist monks do it to an extreme. They give up everything. All they have is a robe, a toothbrush. I watched some video of like what they have, and they don't earn money. They don't have any possessions really. And they depend on people to donate food to them. So they wake up in the morning and they go walk down the street and people give them food. I mean, that's giving up material things to an extreme that I'm not going to go to, but I'm going to go down to 2 backpacks plus some stuff in storage. There's things that I want to hold on to, my old yearbooks, old photos, actual physical photos that I have. And just, maybe like, but I mean, I've been throwing stuff away that used to mean something to me. And I'm just like, I really don't need this. And I get fewer and fewer things. And I realize the remaining things I have, I really don't need either. Like, we buy these things. It's always thinking like, oh, if I get this thing, I'll be happy. And I am usually. I get a new iPhone, I'm happy for like 2 or 3 days. But then it's just another thing that I have. And get a car like my Tesla, it made me happy for maybe 2 or 3 months. That was a big one. So, but I mean, then it just becomes another thing. And then the value of it is depreciating. So I think I'll be much happier when I have less things and more freedom. I think increasing the amount of freedom that you have will make you, or at least make me, happier than having more things. That's my intuition and kind of teachings, ancient teachings that say the same thing, that I'm sure they were based on some truth, like Stoicism that I talked about before, and Marcus Aurelius. And he realized that all material things was not like the key to happiness. Happiness like comes from within, and I think that the more stuff you have can actually lead you farther from happiness, because it's more of a weight, more of another thing that keeps you on the hamster wheel, running the rat race, just to maintain or get new things. So, and it also reminds me of Fight Club. It's one of my favorite movies, where at the beginning he's going through like the list of all the things in his house that he had to have, listing all the designer stuff and just material things that he had. And he's like, sometimes the things you own end up owning you. And ever since I've heard that line, you know, I never really acted on it, but it's always been like a bug in my ear. That always, I think of it, like things that you own end up owning you. Like my house, my car, all these things just tie me down to a certain spot, and they end up dictating the path that my life takes. So, in the not far future, I'm going to relieve myself of all of these things. Sell my car, my house, everything that I can't fit into 2 backpacks and carry with me around the world. I'm gonna roam the earth like that dude from Kung Fu.
What you gonna do then?
Basically, I'm just gonna walk the earth.
What you mean, walk the earth?
You know, like Caine in Kung Fu. Walk from place to place, meet people, get in adventures.
And how long do you intend to walk the earth?
Till God puts me where he wants me to be.
And what if you don't do that?
If it takes forever, then I'll walk forever.
I have a lot of movie quotes in my brain. I can convey a lot of ideas in just movie quotes and song lyrics. So I think that that's going to be the key to me finding true happiness. And I wouldn't even say that I'm unhappy necessarily. It's just mundane, monotony, Groundhog Day, living the same day over and over, where I'm safe I'm, you know, I'm fed. I'm warm at night. A nice, comfortable bed that I love to sleep in. That's not necessarily happiness. I'll be much happier having new experiences, vacations that I've gone on, and all the experiences that I've had have been much more memorable to me and impacted my state of being way more than any material possession has. Like I was going through cars. Let me look back at my YouTube videos, all the different cars that I had in the past 10 years. What a big waste of money that was. None of that made me happy, and they definitely didn't make an impact on who I am as a person, where all the places that I've gone and people that I've met have definitely had an impact on my life. And that's the kind of experiences that I want to pursue, where in my current state, I'm only able to do that, 6 weeks out of the year, which is more than most people. Some people only get like 2 weeks. 2 weeks of time off work to go have experiences that can really have an impact on your life. And that's all you get, 2 weeks. Like what? What? It's ridiculous. At least I get some more time, but it's still not enough. Like that month I spent in Thailand was so freeing. I just had a great time with all the people that I met, all the meetups and meeting people from around the world and trying all this different food. Everything was so new and exciting. And I want to keep doing that. I want to have that kind of feeling every day I wake up. I want to get up and be like, I'm going to go experience something new today. Where when you stay in the same spot I've been here for like 18 years, since April 2007, I've experienced pretty much all there is to experience around here. And it's all familiar. There's not too many original things happening around here for me. So I think that's my purpose. And I'm going to try to fulfill that purpose as soon as I can. And my purpose may change in the future. Like I said, then 18 years ago, my purpose was trying to become as proficient in Microsoft operating systems in my career that I could and make a bunch of money so that I could buy a bunch of nice things. That felt like it was my purpose then. But now that I've obtained those things and found that they really didn't fulfill me, that my purpose has evolved. And maybe just being free and traveling around the world will not be fulfilling after a while too, and I want to do something else. So I don't know. We'll see. But as of now, that feels like what I need to do. So Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. That's all I got. So I'll talk to you later. Take it easy.